teammate had to leave earlier, so I'm here to introduce a web app application called CareMap, and it's about overcoming some of the issues faced by non-paid carers in the home. So it's about fusing information, Eircodes and maps together to overcome some of the issues faced by carers. So the next slide, some of the issues for carers, it is an isolating role. You're disengaged, you're uninformed, it can be a lonely situation to be in. Sorry.
We don't practice it.
Okay, so it's about fusing public sector and Eircode information. It's about relieving pressure on carers. It's about improving engagement, and it's about ultimately improving public services. And to break it down into three things, the web map application has three fundamental objectives. It's about communicating with the carers themselves about the resources that are available, the services, where they are in relation to where they live, what new services are coming online. It also is about sharing and engaging a two-way sharing system so that the carers can actually share information with web mapping systems. So it's a sort of a system of crowdsourcing almost. And ultimately, in the long term, it will be about collaboration, improving the services offered, and improving the life for these carers. So the web mapping solution, it's about what's going on with locality in terms of services, networks and communities, events and initiatives. And it's about fusing open data APIs, internal HSE data, crowdsourced data, updates, and about modifying those. And all the data relates to health and disabilities. And it's about sharing and collaborating, editing, exploring, summarizing, visualizing, and also a system of notifications later on where the HSE can actually communicate using the map, what's happening and where it's happening. So I'm just going to bring up an example of the application itself. This is live on the cloud. It's a web mapping system, and it has different tabs loaded with information about what is where and where it's happening. So we have community centres, doctors, we pharmacies.
2 minutes.
And also it includes a form where you can actually submit information yourself, and you can upload it onto the CareMap system where it can be validated by the HSE themselves. So it's really a two-way interactive kind of system, and this is only the first point of developing a system like this. There's a lot of really powerful tools out there which can be used. In this case, I'm using ArcGIS Online. And one of the other functions is that it's responsive. So I'll bring up one of the maps with pharmacies. So this is being viewed on a laptop screen, but I can just, scale this down, and that's responsive on a mobile phone. So you can click here, you can get all the information that you want. You can even interact with the form itself.
1 minute.
So it's ultimate. So just bring it back to the slides. So it's about sharing, engaging, it's about getting people on board, it's about fusing data sets together to build an ecosystem, a web mapping ecosystem, which can be built on, and it's about the first stepping stone in bringing together a lot of different bodies who can be involved in planning and improving the services provided to these
30 seconds.
care providers at home. So,
Cool.
Well done.
So I suppose what you see then is the collaboration tool, okay?
yeah.
So are you actually sending Eircode data with that, or how are you?
So I'm sorry, I should have mentioned, so to start off with the web map application, you would search your local Eircode.
Yeah.
It would bring you straight to the geographic extent, and it would show the information that's relevant to you. And obviously you can choose to show certain information, you can overlay different data sets, but without being overly technical. It just gives you a good awareness of what's happening around you. and what the services are, and also the whole point of, go on, the whole point of being able to submit information, it's about being able to submit information about events, about local networks that might be, or community kind of groups that might be supporting one another in the local region. So it's really just to relieve pressure on carers and that they, the first stepping stone.
Very good.
Excellent. Thanks, Miles. And this is it. One more. Okay, Gareth, let's go. Okay, good to go.
So, just to make up for holding everybody up a little bit, I'd like to tell you a joke. What do you call a body, a nose that doesn't have a body? Nobody knows. So, based on that, I believe today, and it's been fantastic, Gar and Michael done a great job today. I believe today is about making open geospatial Eircode data accessible and relevant, whereby everybody knows. So, what I have to develop a cross-platform, multi-purpose app, which is going to take all the open data that's available and have that in the back end, the back end of the app. So the purpose of this app is really to extract the relevance. I have that written down there 3 times in red. The relevance, the relevance, the relevance to the stakeholders and the service providers. And the analytics of that relevance. So to encourage that relevance, the data usage feedback will be encouraged to distill the relevance. So people will be able, stakeholders who log in and use the app will be able to give feedback about how the data was relevant to them. And that will further then stimulate the service providers, pharmacies, dental practices, etc., to engage with the data that's there. So we'll highlight this relevance again to the service provider. So we're almost going to extract data from the open data that's going to be available on the app. So the app itself, apologies, guys. Yeah, so the app itself is going to be promoted through www.lll.ie. The LLL stands for longitude, latitude, life. Obviously the longitude and latitude plugs into the Eircodes, so all the information will be in through the Eircodes. And this will then visually illustrate relevant connections. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through of how the app might appear. This would be your loading screen. You can log in then via Facebook. So social media,
2 minutes 30.
2 minutes 30. So social media integration will be very important as well then. So you'll be able to enter your address, Eircode. You confirm that. So this is a pharmacy setting up, and then they can click themselves as a pharmacy, and then they can add the data. So they'll be able to add their own data. So the data that's come through from the stakeholders that they're working with, will be able to add their own data. So that will all be linked to the open source data that's there, be it travel, etc. And then they've generated that, and then the data is going to begin, and I suppose everybody's sort of going to use the Eircodes and maps to illustrate that. Now one, I suppose, interesting, sorry, I just went to Mac recently, lads. I might have to go back. Yeah. So it's going to be localized data built through the app, relevant to the stakeholders, relevant to the service providers. We're going to have a one-tap emergency facility. So say you have somebody's going into labour or somebody needs access to an emergency. If you open the app, tap the relevant emergency that's occurring, the app will immediately dial the closest service provider to you, and when that call is finished, it'll show you a map again of how to get there, the quickest ways to get there, etc.
60 seconds.
So it's all going to be instantly available by location and keyword relevance. So we're going to pull in all the open data, it's going to be in the back end, and then we're going to use the feedback, social media, people will be able to tell people that I was able to use LLL to get here or to get there, and how that assists them, be it a travel issue, a health issue, whatever it might be. Thank you very much, lads. That's terribly
One question, I think we might have another one.
Yeah, so kind of like, you know, ways, if you're literally stuck in traffic and you can report it in real time in the traffic jam. I reported this traffic jam.
Yes, so the stakeholder is almost helping the app
Yeah,
itself.
helping everybody, it's community.
But the open data is coming through, so
Yeah.
it'll all be through Eircodes, and that'll link up to the location in the app. So it'll
Yeah.
push out all that information. And that builds, people are talking about ecosystems and communities. This is what this is. It's
Yeah.
LLL, it's longitude, latitude, life. And the longitude, latitude is your Eircodes.
How are you deciding relevance?
Well, the relevance would be based on
Because what's relevant to me might not be relevant to my friend here.
Okay,
Paul.
I'll give you a prime example of that. I have 3 other girls. We had a care doc issue. My parents live in Roscrea, I'm in Kilkenny. When we spoke to the lady in the care doc, she said, well, you can go to Thurles or Portlaoise. Now, we wanted to get to the care doc as quickly as possible. I didn't have a clue which was closer from Roscrea, so that would be relevant to me immediately. And then if I posted up that information, anybody else who is in Roscrea then would know, got here in 20 minutes, it would have took me 35 to get to Thurles. So that's the relevant data.
Great, thank you.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Great. I'd like to, first off, thank all the teams, thank all the presenters, thank all the judges. And we're going to excuse the judges, they're going to go away into that room, deliberate for a few minutes.